من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في قرآنه العظيم وخطابه القديم أقم الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. ويقول الله سبحانه وتعالى في شان حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله الكرام وابنه الكريم وبارك وسلم صلاة وسلاما عليك سيدي يا حبيبي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا رحمة للعالمين. On the subject of salah, where we had left off last week, today inshaAllah ta'ala we are going to discuss the different amounts or rak'ats of salah that has been prescribed for different times: Fajr, Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Why 2 rakat farz in Fajr? Why 4 rakat farz in Zuhr? Why 4 in Asr? Why 3 in Maghrib? Why 4 in Isha? The wisdom behind it, what is the historic reason, how or why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribe these, what happened, what is it linked with, which prophet is it linked with? All these wisdom inshaAllah ta'ala we will discuss for your information. However, Fajr Salah is directly linked with Sayyidina Adam ala Nabiyyana alayhi salatu wassalam. Initially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam ala Nabiyyana alayhi salatu wassalam and placed him in Jannah. Now the person living in Jannah is prior to coming to this dunya. Adam alayhi salam was created, he was sent to Jannah, he lived in Jannah for an X amount of time that Allah knows best. Sayyida Hawwa radiyallahu ta'ala anha and Sayyidina Adam ala Nabiyyana alayhi salatu wasalam lived in Jannah. And by the divine ordinance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he was then removed from Jannah and sent down to this dunya. So the initial period of introduction to any place, for example, if you are born on the sun, your initial introduction or initial stages living in the sun, your body will climatize to it. If you are born on the moon, you will climatize to it. You by birth, you were born there, you were sent there, you initially open your eyes at that place, you will climatize yourself. These are natural instincts that are found in the human being. A person who was born in Greenland, lives born inside an igloo, inside a frozen ice house. The natural instinct that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed in the human being is marvelous. That child will develop in that environment and eventually that will be its habitat and it will be used to that and will accommodate his body by the qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, climatize itself and it will be able to live there. But if you born here in South Africa and you go and decide to live there in the ice house, it's going to be not possible. It's not going to be possible, it's going to be very difficult. And then in most cases you will perish. Adam alayhi salam born, created by Allah. Actually his creation is miraculous qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, created from without parents, and he placed him in Jannah. So initially Adam alayhi salam's first abode was Jannah. He was, now his body, his eye, his entire existence was accustomed to the atmosphere and environment of Jannah. Now the person take him out from Jannah, and you place him in dunya or where there is day and night. In Jannah there is no day and no night. There is no such thing as day and night. There is one atmosphere that does not fluctuate. It's not too bright, it's not too dark, and it is unique. It's beyond human comprehension. Jannah is beyond human comprehension. It is very difficult for you to imagine. Tasawwur mein lana bhi mushkil. Even imagine what is Jannah like. It is beyond your expectation and beyond your imagination. Such is the beauty and uniqueness of Jannah. Imagine grass being of saffron. Makes any sense? And the ground or the stones being of diamond and rubies. Bricks of gold and bricks of silver. Does that make any sense? I mean, you cannot imagine it. The sense of man will not be able to imagine what it's going to be like. One brick gold, one brick silver, one brick gold, one brick silver. How are you? Rivers are flowing there, colder than ice, whiter than milk and sweeter than honey. I mean, how are you going to imagine? And if you imagine you see a fruit there, you just look at the fruit and there is a desire for that fruit. That fruit is totally prepared for you and brought in front in a plate. Now if there's 5 pieces there, you will have 300 and say 300 and if 5 pieces are there, 3,500 different tastes in it. One piece, ek lukma, you take one piece of a fruit and you put it in that one piece, you will get the taste of 70 different types of tastes, varying. That one is not like the other. You finish that piece, you take another piece and you put it in your mouth. Now the 70 different tastes you had, that is gone. It would not be repeated with another 70 tastes. Now how are you going to imagine that? Find a bird flying. You feel like eating the bird suddenly is prepared to your desire, be even more greater than your desire, and is placed in front of you and you eat it. How much are you going to eat? For example, if the bird is big, you'll eat at least half of that, and the qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the other half will then by the qudrat of Allah become alive and start flying again. Can't imagine. So living in an environment like that and then taken out from there and put into dunya and bring into this dunya where man is subjected to weather. There you're not subjected to weather. The weather is such that everything is become unique. One complements the other. You come into this dunya, there is darkness, there is light, there is heat, sunshine, there is rain, there is storm. There is no such thing as that in Jannah. So Nabi Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was brought down to this dunya, it is stated that he was an exceptionally handsome human being, first human being, about approximately 46 to 48 meters tall. Was the height of Sayyidina Nabi Adam alayhi salam, exceptionally beautiful, exceptionally handsome, with the most finest and beautiful, attractive skin and complexion. Now you know that UV rays, these are all things that are found in this dunya. You work in the sun, din bhar dhoop mein aadmi kaam karega, to uski husn aur uske jism aur jil and complexion jo hai, that will definitely be affected. A man that works all the time undercover, his complexion won't be that much affected as it is affected on the complexion of the man that works all the time in the sun. At that time there was no houses as such. वो उस मकानात वगैरह नहीं थे, जैसा कि आदमी महल बना लिया अपने लिए या मकान बना लिया अपने लिए या साहिबान बना लिया जिसके नीचे वो काम कर सकता है. Now there was no nokar at that time. There was nobody to go and go to the jungle, lakdi dhundo, aag jalane. Admi, he became subjected to the rules and conditions of this dunya. So yeah, he had to now fend for himself, for his wife Sayyida Hawwa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And as children came, they came in twins. Each child was born in twins. Initial concept of human race that began on this earth, Sayyida Hawwa radiyallahu ta'ala anha used to conceive in twins. One boy, one girl. First twin. Now the law was at that time, now the human race is starting. The first pregnancy, boy, girl. Second pregnancy, boy, girl. The boy of the first pregnancy will marry the girl of the next pregnancy. And the boy of the second pregnancy will marry the girl of the first pregnancy. That was the law. It was halal at that time. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordained, and the order came to Sayyidina Nabi Adam. So children grew. Children grew, and then there was now a necessity to go and look for wood, make fire, go hunt, go look for food. This is open sunshine. First thing what happened was that the complexion of Sayyidina Nabi Adam alayhi salam was affected, the color. And one day he looked at it and then he began crying. He said, Allah, ye kya ho gaya? Look at my skin, what's happening, it's changing color. And he was very worried. And Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam came to him and asked him, O Prophet of Allah, why are you concerned? Why are you crying? He said, look at the condition of my skin. The skin was never like this. Subjected to UV rays and on the sun. So he said, okay, no problem. You keep roza, 3 roza a month on the white days of the lunar calendar, which is known as Ayyam-e-Bayd, 13, 14, 15, 16. 14, 15, 16 of the lunar calendar, you keep 3 roza, insha'Allah ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will restore your complexion. So, generally in the Sufi fraternity, the mashayikh ne jo Ayyam-e-Bayd ka roza ke liye kaha gaya, and they said that you read at least 3 roza a month, 3 fasts a month, Ayyam-e-Bayd, 14, 15, 16. Bayd, bayada means whiteness, safedi. History, Adam alayhi salam was the first human being to keep these rozas in Islam, in the world, in this dunya. The white days, 14, 15, 16, you keep Ayyam-e-Bayd. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with the barakat of the Anbiya and Salihin, will brighten your complexion. We mustn't think that fairness is the absolute complexion. People are very concerned if they are dark or they are this or that. How Allah created you and what your complexion is not by your choice, it's by the choice of Allah. ये अल्लाह की मर्जी, हमको ऐसा बनाया, काला बनाया, सफेद बनाया, लंगड़ा बनाया, however He created you, it's but not your choice, it's the choice of Allah. And a mu'min and a Muslim and demand of Iman is to be pleased with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordains. जो वो चाहता है उस पर खुशी का इज़हार करना, राजी ब रज़ा is a very high stage of Iman. Mustn't be envious. Look how Allah, look how he was, look at him how he looks, look how, no. Your looks can be transformed by what is known as Iman. Sayyidina Bilal radiyallahu ta'ala, and can you compare, as the most handsome man today, can he compare himself with Sayyidina Bilal radiyallahu? क्या उसमें कोई तकाबुल करा सकता है?